Hi friends, happy Summerween! It is day one of Summerween and I'm so excited. I have lots of really fun plans today. I'm wearing the spring fling-a-wing shirt, but I'm gonna order the other one today. It won't come in time, but I still want to have one. It is definitely summer. It's so hot. I'm not gonna be able to stay in my car very long to film this introduction because I'm already sweating bullets. It's so hot. It's gonna be like 95 degrees today. I always feel so awkward when people walk by my car while I am recording myself. I am dying of heat, but I'm determined to have a good day. My plans for today are to go to the Dollar Tree and see if I can find any fun decor type items. Obviously it's springtime, they're not going to have Halloween type things. I also need a few items from there. I'm going to get a coffee. I'm going to go to my witchy bookstore that's local here, and then I'm going to start reading. Oh, I have to go to the library too and pick up the books that I have planned for this week. So I'm going to take you along with me. The cold beverage has been acquired. I am standing outside, well, sitting. I'm sitting outside of the bookstore and I'm gonna go in. It's an amazing witchy fantasy bookstore that came in a couple years ago and I am obsessed with it. So I'm gonna show you guys what it is and I'm gonna get some great Summerween, hopefully some decor, definitely some books, maybe some tea or a mug or something to go with it. I'm super excited. I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I spent a lot of money, but I'm really happy with what I got and I'm so excited to read it this week. And I was totally planning on going to the library. However, I ended up buying a lot of things, so I think I want to read those things instead for this week and not worry about going to the library. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for my manga prompt, which I'll go back obviously and tell you guys kind of what my plans are for this week. I haven't even really properly introduced any of that because today is day one and I'm still trying to figure that out. I am gonna go ahead and get some lunch, go home, and I have a haul for you guys and I'm so excited to show you. I am back at home in my air-conditioned house, which is so nice. It's getting really hot out there. And I have some things to show you. So I went to the Dollar Tree first because I needed a few things and I found some fun things. They were just starting to get some of their fall decor out, so there wasn't very much. But I did find these little tea light candle cups that 100% remind me of Tim Burton, obviously. And that will be happening this week. Tim Burton films, especially the animated ones, are some of my absolute favorite spooky films of all time. So I will probably at least be watching one of them this week during Summerween. I also picked up this orange goblet, which I thought would be great to just add to the ambiance of my Summerween. And then I found in my car that's been in the shop forever This bowl that I bought last Halloween, it's a party bowl. It has a little skull in the middle and with the gravestone next to it that says RIP, and then bats on the outside. And I'm obsessed, so I will be using this as well. And then I went to the bookstore. You will have seen hopefully a lot of B-roll from that. I love that store so much. It is such an oddity in this itty bitty tiny conservative town to find a store that caters towards witchcraft, essentially. And I didn't put a limit on myself this time. I probably should have, but I did not. And I have no regrets. I might have regrets later in the month, but I have no regrets right now. So I'm gonna go through the books and items that I bought at that store. I picked up this copy of Everyday Magic. This is by Semra Haksever. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but essentially it is simple magic and rituals that can be used every single day. I am not an actively practicing Wicca person. I know that witchcraft is very trendy right now. I started diving into tarot and crystal magic and candle magic and those kinds of things several years ago and have found it really beneficial for my mental health and for my lifestyle, and so I would like to start diving deeper into it. I really thought this book was beautiful. It has black sprayed edges, and then on the inside it has a lot of just basic information, different kind of ritual bath recipes, tea recipes, very basic spell work, very basic protection practices and rituals, and I just thought it was a really beautiful book, and I'm super excited to jump into it. I'll probably try and do 1 or 2 of these this week during Summerween, just to continue on setting the mood. Next, I bought Grady Hendrix's new book, How to Sell a Haunted House. I've actually never read a Grady Hendrix book, but this cover really caught my attention. I love the font. I love the symmetry of it. It's not the most spectacular cover, but for some reason it really just caught my attention. And I have always wanted to read a Grady Hendrix, and since it's brand new, just released, I figured that now would be a great time to read it and review it on this channel for Summerween. I know Grady Hendrix it's not a queer literature book, so I'm definitely kind of stepping outside of the parameters of what I've done for this channel so far, but because it's Summerween and it's spooky and interesting, I bought it anyway. Next, I bought this absolutely beautiful copy of Pan's Labyrinth. I watched the movie once a long time ago and found it incredibly confusing and creepy. I love the cover of this so much. It's shiny, it has fairies, it's spooky, just absolutely beautiful. It's a Cornelia Funke novel. If you know anything about her, she's done the Inkheart series, as well as the Thief Lord, as well as the Dragon Rider, and she was a staple of my childhood. And so seeing that she did a novelization of the movie, and that Guillermo del Toro, who I believe is the director of the movie itself, is also on the cover of this, like those 2 names right there, I was sold, plus the beautiful cover. So I think I will try and get this read during Summerween as well. Next, I bought The Cemetery Boys. This is definitely a queer romance, witchy vibe book. This was on my original TBR for the Summerween, and so I bought it, of course. The cover is beautiful. I know it is a really highly recommended book from so many people. Even the bookseller, when I bought it, she was like, oh my gosh, this is such a good book. So I definitely want to read this week. This is a story about a boy who is a witch, I believe. I believe there's some transgender representation. There's Latinx representation. It's a Latino family, and I have heard nothing but really, really, really good things about it. So I'm super excited to dive into this one. Next, I bought TJ Klune's new book, In the Lives of Puppets. It is very reminiscent of TJ Klune's artwork on the front. I'm assuming it's the same illustrator of all of the art that's been on his cover so far. I had never heard of this before. I picked it up. It looks really spooky. I believe it is somewhat of a Pikachu retelling, and it looks really creepy. So I decided to pick this one up. Also, it's gay. I also picked up her Majesty's Royal Coven. This I've seen reviewed on so many YouTube channels. I've seen nothing but good reviews of this story. This is a witchy book. obviously because there's a Coven in it, and all I know is that it's sapphic, so I am also really intrigued by this as well. Those are the books that I bought at the store. I also got 3 pairs of earrings. I got these really fun dancing skeleton earrings, and I also got these really cute black cat earrings. I got these silver witchy earrings. I will show you what they look like. They have a moon on the top, kind of a star in the middle, and then this pendant has a crow with the faces of the moon on top. So I am super excited about those purchases. I've been trying to build up my earring collection. I bought 3 bags of tea. This store is also, as you saw from the store site, it's a tea peddler store, and they make their own tea and herbs and all kinds of things there. I have a cat. The first one I got is called Under the Solstice Sun. This is a summertime celebration tea. It has lemongrass, green rooibos, orange and lemon peel, rose hips, hibiscus, eucalyptus, honey crystals, calendula, cornflower, and safflower petals. It says steep 2 teaspoons per 8 ounces of water, or steep 2 tablespoons in a pint jar full of water under the summer sun. So you can make sun tea out of this too. I'm planning on drinking this most likely iced with a little bit of sugar, and I'm so excited to get this one. Perfect for the summer vibes. I got a moon cycle tea, which is for PMS symptoms. It has nettle, raspberry leaf, chamomile, lady's mantle, yarrow, ginger, cassia chips, calendula, and cramp bark. And then finally, I got this beautiful Emerald Isle black tea. It's just an Irish breakfast blend. It has Irish breakfast, basil, peppermint, and rosemary, and I'm super excited to try this. I love black tea. That's my favorite. I like getting the herbal medicinal teas just for the health benefits, but I don't usually enjoy the taste of them. I am a black tea girly all the way. I also got just their little logo sticker. This was a freebie. I got 2 bookmarks. The first one is this one with a sword. And then on the back of these, they have quotes. These are new to the store. I hadn't seen them before. The quote says, "I unravel the infinite power within me. I was not made to shrink." And then this little one with cups of coffee or tea, probably tea. It says, oh yes, it's tea. "We would have our books and tea, warm in bed at night with the windows open and the stars bright." They also had these beautiful temporary tattoos that I really wanted to try, and I thought it would be a fun thing to do this week. They've got this long one of the lunar cycle. They've got some beautiful natural ones. They've got the leaves. They've got a moth, some crystals, and some mushrooms, and I thought it'd be really fun to put these on this week as well. And then they told me about the summer program that they're doing, which is super fun. So they gave me a bingo board to work through, and then if I complete the bingo board and bring back some book reviews to put on their book review wall, then I get put into a raffle to win a gift card to buy more books. So obviously I'm going to be participating in that. So the first prompt for Summerween, besides the read in the dark prompt, which is what I'm going to be doing anyway, is to read a thriller. And I think for that one, do I have a thriller that I can use? Should have gone to the library and got a thriller. I'm going to replace the thriller with Pan's Labyrinth. I think it technically might count as a thriller. This is definitely kind of like a horror, unsettling, twisty kind of read. I really don't remember anything about the movie. I don't remember anything about the story. So I am actually really excited. There are absolutely beautiful illustrations in this edition, and I am really excited to dive into this for the first prompt. Next one is to read a book that's set in the fall. I'm going to pick up The Cemetery Boys for this. I don't know particularly if it's set in the fall, but I do know that it's set in a graveyard, which for me, that's close enough. For the orange and black cover, I'm going to pick up How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. This is definitely fitting the vibes for me. It's not gay, I don't think, in any way. I'm really interested to give a Grady Hendrix book a shot because I've never read one before. The last prompt was to read a graphic novel or a manga, and I had plans for that. I even have one picked out from the library, but I didn't go to the library. And so now I'm torn between just filling it with this book or this book. I think this one fits the vibes more. I want to read this so bad. I'll read it in August. But I think I'm going to pick up this one. Her Majesty's Royal Coven. It has the witchy vibes. It has the gay vibes. And I have heard nothing but good things about this. So I think for my last prompt of the week, I'm going to pick up this. So my TBR for this week is pretty chunky. Also, my parents are coming into town this weekend, so I'm not going to have a huge amount of time to read on Saturday, but they should be leaving on Sunday, so I should have more of a full day for reading on Sunday. Plus, I have lots of other like Halloween-y, spooky vibes. Like I want to watch TV, I want to do movies, I want to do some like spooky cooking and making some spooky drinks and doing my tattoos and stuff. So I have lots of other things that I'm planning as well. Hopefully, I can get through my TBR though, because that's my priority. So I'm going to be reading Pan's Labyrinth. I'm going to be reading Cemetery Boys. I'm going to be reading How to Sell a Haunted House, and I'm going to be reading Her Majesty's Royal Coven. And I apologize, I know all of the letters in this camera are upside down because I'm using the facing camera on my phone, and I need to figure out how to film so that I can see myself and also know when the camera is filming, but also have words that are not upside down and backwards. That's a lot. It's a lot of reading. We'll see how far I get. I'm going to start right away. I'm going to do my Halloween vibes. I might go ahead and put on my tattoos first, get that going right away, and make myself a little snack, and then I'm going to get to reading. Welcome to day 3 of Summerween. I missed yesterday because we had a family memorial to go to, and so I was spending all day with family, which was really good and very needed. So I am jumping back in to Summerween with day 3, and I am going to be reading The Cemetery Boys today. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this novel, and it should not take me too long to get through. I believe it's young adult, and it is only 300 pages, which isn't too bad. So I'm hoping to be able to finish this today and review it so I can start a new book tomorrow for day 4 of Summerween. So far, I am living my best life. I watched the movie and read the book of Pan's Labyrinth, absolutely loved it, and then I have also started reading the new adaptation of Sabrina the Teenage Witch on Netflix. It came out in 2020. There are 4 seasons, and I think I'm going to binge watch that this week. I would also still love to watch a Tim Burton film, so I think I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to be doing my Read After Dark thing tonight as well. Gonna get my lights out, I'm gonna put in my candles into my new holders and just have a vibe. I also am planning on making some Halloween snacks later that I'll show you guys while I'm making, and I'm not leaving the house for the rest of the day because it is so hot. I'm dying. It is supposed to be 95 degrees today. It's already so hot and it's only like 10:30 in the morning, so I am not looking forward to the heat wave that is coming for us, but I will be hiding in my air-conditioned house all day, so I'm very fortunate, more fortunate than some, and I will be just vibing. Friends, and welcome to day 4 of Summerween. Today I am on sprints with Danielle Reeds. I'll post her stuff down below. She's an amazing booktuber. She's one of my very close booktube friends, and we are doing some spooky sprints in honor of Summerween. And I am continuing to read How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I did finish Cemetery Boys yesterday and absolutely loved it. I thought it was spectacular. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was so good. I know I said in the previous video that I was kind of moving away from young adult queer literature, but that is why I keep coming back, because there are gems of stories out there that are written for young adults but are also equally powerful and adults can love just as well. I absolutely adored it. I loved it so much. It was so good. Now I'm reading How to Sell a Haunted House, and it's starting out so well. I've never read a Grady Hendrix book before, and I really am enjoying his writing style in this story. The story is so captivating, and I am on page 57 already. I started it last night. You will have seen some of the b-roll from that, and it started out not creepy at all and then took a real quick turn. So I'm super excited to see where it goes. There are dolls and puppets involved. And I'm just thinking Chucky. But we'll see how it goes. friends. I'm back to wrap up day 4 of Summerween. It was a really good day. I did sprints with Danielle. You would have seen a little bit of footage of that from earlier. I did really cool witchy makeup, and I will link the sprints that we did down below so you can look at them if you're interested or watch them to help you with your reading. I did update you a little bit, but I finished Cemetery Boys yesterday. I was thinking about it today. I said I gave it a 5 stars earlier. I think I'm gonna go with the 4 stars instead because it was amazing, but I predicted the mystery and the twist that was gonna happen at the end probably like halfway through. And so I think for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the rating to about a 4, but I still really recommend this story. I think it's so good. I loved the characters so much and I was really invested in this story and it made me feel all the things. So 4 stars, but highly, highly, highly recommend it. During sprints and last night and the rest of all of today, I have read How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. My first Grady Hendrix book that I've ever read. I know that he is a prolific writer. He's won awards. He does all the things. He's written the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which is another one that I would like to read. Horror Store based off of IKEA, I think. So there's a lot of other things that he's read that I know is really popular. I think this is a new release of his. I really, really liked the first half of this story. I thought that the character development was really, really good. The writing style was intriguing. The mystery and the creepiness was done really well in the first half of the book. And then from like the last half to the end, I found myself getting kind of bored. I was a little bit less engaged than I was in the beginning. And then I was feeling like kind of exasperated by the end because I was just like, okay, come on, wrap it up. So I felt like it was just like a little bit too long. I felt like the end was a little too convenient in some places. And I was really underwhelmed by the ending of this story, unfortunately. So I was waffling between a 3 and a 4 stars, but I think I'm going to give this one a 3 star just because of it lacked the oomph for me that I'm looking for, especially at the end of a thriller. And tomorrow I will be starting Her Majesty's Royal Coven. So this is what I will be starting tomorrow for day 5 of Summerween. I'm living my best life. I'm so glad that I went all in for this readathon. It's so much fun to just dive headfirst into the vibes and make your whole life about this thing for the span of a week. And I'm really lucky that I don't have to work or anything during this time because it just makes the whole experience very immersive and fun and engaging. And I'm so glad that I'm bringing you guys along with me as I go. I will check in with you guys again tomorrow. Good morning, friends. Welcome to day 5 of Summerween, I think. I don't know. Today I am embracing all the summer vibes. I'm hanging out in town. I've been dealing with some car issues, and so today I'm going to be doing some test driving of vehicles to see if I can find one that I like and that I think would be reliable for me. And then I'm going to go to Bend and check out this new queer coffee shop that just opened a couple weeks ago, maybe in June. It's the only one of its kind in Central Oregon. There are no gay bars or anything like that, no queer spaces, designated queer spaces in Central Oregon until this coffee shop opened, and it is a designated queer coffee shop, and I love it. It's supposed to be a spot for people to gather and to feel safe and to enjoy themselves and be themselves, and so I'm gonna take that chance to go and see what it's like, and I'm gonna bring my book with me, Her Majesty's Royal Coven, and start reading that there. But I will definitely check in with my initial thoughts on this and show you the queer coffee shop. It's now 9 o'clock. I didn't update you at all today. I didn't go to the coffee shop like I planned. It ended up being too late. And then I ended up buying a new car. So it's been a long day. I'm super happy with what I got. I did read a little bit while I was waiting. I got to chapter 2 of Her Majesty's Royal Coven. So far it's fine. Based on just the first couple chapters alone, I'm guessing probably a 4 star. Maybe a 3. It hasn't like captivated me yet, but you never know. It could get really good. And that's what I'm hoping for, but I probably won't read any more tonight. Like I said, I'm feeling quite exhausted. So I think I'm actually just going to sit and play my Switch for the rest of the evening, probably play Zelda, The New Breath of the Wild. I've been working through that new video game. And cuddle with my kitties. So not very much reading happened, not very much Summerween things happened, but I did have a major life event happen today. And it's funny because major life events tend to happen to me on July 11th. I had my first major surgery on July 11th, and I just bought my first major vehicle on July 11th. I don't have much more to say. Today was a bit of a wash, but also like I said, a good productive day. And tomorrow I have to go back in and do some more paperwork and things, and then I think I'm going to go early in the morning to go try out that coffee shop. So I will bring you along with me tomorrow. That's my plan. I want to go to the queer coffee shop, read my book, go finish up my paperwork, and then come home. So tomorrow should be a really good day. Hello, it is the last day of Summerween. The last 3 days ended up being super busy trying to get the finalization of my new car that I purchased and just driving around, getting errands done and things. So unfortunately, I didn't do a lot. I did take a little bit of B-roll, but not much. I went to Barnes & Noble and looked around while I was waiting for my car situation. I spent most of today getting groceries, getting prepped. This next week is going to be crazy. I'm going to Seattle for a work conference. I'm going camping this weekend. Yeah, I've got a busy week coming up. I'm gonna bring my TBR books from my Toro TBR with me. So I'm going to just let Summerween, it lived its life. It was wonderful. I read a lot of books. I read Pan's Labyrinth. I read How to Sell a Haunted House, Cemetery Boys, and I think that's it. I managed to read 3 books. So that's actually really good for 1 week. I am not mad at it. I was trying to read Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I didn't get sucked into it very quickly. I'm gonna still give it a go. I am not DNFing it by any means, but I'm gonna go ahead and let that go for now. I'll come back to that maybe in the spooky season of October, in September, that kind of era. Here's to an amazing Summerween. I'm sorry that the end of this vlog was so lackluster in content, but life happened and I am so happy with my new car. You have no idea. It is such a relief to have a reliable vehicle. Living in an area with no public transportation and then not having a vehicle has been really hard. I hope you guys had an amazing Summerween. I can't wait to watch everybody's Summerween content. I'm going to be downloading some of it so I can watch it while I'm camping. And if you did make it to the end, please leave a little witch hat emoji in the bottom of the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.